there in YouTube land, Rival here. Thanks for stopping by. As you can see, we've got another new blade on the turntable for you guys this week. This is the ZT-0470. This is the knife that they announced releasing at Blade Show this year. So earlier in the year, there was the 462, the 609, and then, oh gosh, what was the other release earlier this year? Well, anyways, this is the fourth release for 2018, the 470. So when we take a look at what we've got here, it is another nice, compact, full-size, I like to joke about them. It is a 3.4-inch blade, 7.8 inches overall, 3.5 ounces. So it's a nice, light knife. It's got a big cutting edge, but when it's folded, it is a compact size. It is very much close in size with the 0609 that came out earlier this year, or the 450. It is just like from that screw over is all the bigger this sucker is. But it packs in a lot more cutting edge. Let's see if we can get here. It's a good way to do that. Get the where the edge starts right there off the choil. You can see you've got a head start on this guy. The other nice thing is it's just a slightly wider blade, so the full flat grind, or the flat grind rather, is as long as this entire blade is. So it is slicier than, say, the 450 if you're used to that kind of a knife. Still the same blade stock, but what, like just under a quarter inch. Or excuse me, just under an 1/8 inch, 0.12. When you look at the amount of blade you get against the the 609, again, just the tip is a smidge longer. That's what she said. So it is a nice comparison, nice size. I really like that blade shape, that stabby kind of aggressive-y blade shape. Almost a flat line. You've got just the hint of a spine with a swedge on top, and then just like a nice flat, gentle belly, and a nice tip. So overall, it's really well done. The jimping on the back is nice and catchy. So one of the features, or one of the selling points, I guess you'd say, on this bad boy is the marbled carbon fiber inlay. Very well done on the top. You've got a custom pivot there. It is held in with like a kind of like a D-shaped thing, so it pops out very well on the back side, or at least it did for me. With just the Torx. Then you've got the lock bar insert, and then you've got a bent titanium clip. So a little bit above just your standard stamped ZT clip. This one's semi-custom clip, I guess you'd say. Notice there's no branding or anything on the clip. It is a nice clean design on the back, nice clean design on the front. It's not until you get the blade open that you actually see the ZT logo. So in some regards, I think they're listening to a lot of people when they complain about having, ZT plastered across the clip, or the logo on the clip, or something like that. It's a nice, subtle, gentle kind of way of making it look ever so more custom. It is very nicely, and you've got like these wide, hard chamfers all along the frame, the full titanium frame lock, bead blasted. I don't want to call it 3D milled, because it's more just really well angled, but it is nicely done. You've got the tip up lefty righty carry. Action, I mean, it's right on for what you'd want from a ZT. It is very much droppy shutty. It's got caged, steel caged bearings, as opposed to the big wide blue neoprene or plastic washers with bearings inside. So again, I think that's a nice little upgrade, similar to the same bearings that are on this bad boy. The action is very, very comparable to that 609 action if you've tried this guy out, and even if not, it's a very nice snappy action with a unobtrusive flipper tab that is nicely jimped as well. So all in all, I mean, as we've kind of walked our way around this knife, it is really well executed, in my opinion. Priced at $240, I believe, is what we paid for this thing shipped out the door. Not too bad for a full-size, full titanium frame lock, 20 CV. on the blade steel, so you're not just getting, you know, S35 VN slapped in a couple of titanium handles sent your way. And it's American made, so it's, you know, some of the Chinese knives that are coming out at or just below that $200 price point. You know, we're supporting our kinfolk here in America, which is nice. It's the Sinkevich design, aluminum backspacer, I should say or point out. It's a Sinkevich design, and it's just another awesome evolution of his collaborations with ZT. This is, if you're looking at it and seeing it's familiar for some reason, it is the bigger, dressier version of the Kershaw Atmos that released earlier this year, I believe, as well, or maybe late last year. It's like a $40 import knife, has a similar overall design. I should say, nearly identical. It's just slightly smaller, and it's got 8CR on the front. It's a little bit more compact, and then it's got G10 handles with carbon fiber overlay on top of the carbon fiber with like a nested liner lock. So, you know, you're changing up the features, you're changing up the country of origin, you're changing up the materials, you're upgrading to marbled carbon fiber, 20 CV steel. But it's the first time in a long time that Kershaw has partnered up with ZT in any regard to have the smaller version and the larger version of any particular knife. Personally, if they're going to do something like that, I'd like to see the Concierge bumped up and escalated a little bit. That would be something nice to see, where when we now live in a world where we've got the Natrix, which is the production version of the 777. We've got this 470, which is the upgraded version of the Atmos we were just talking about. We've got the 393s, which is the everyday version of the 392 special editions. So, you know, when we live in a world where we can have a production version with good quality materials of knives that we've enjoyed, Concierge would be a nice one to see. Pretty unique and interesting design. I'd like to see how they could dress that bad boy up. But again, I mean, the selling point on this is, and I've got size medium gloves, it really is comfortable in the hand. The jimping lands where your thumb is going to naturally land. You know, if you're doing some close-up work, you're going to get closer to where that swedge is at. There's no, you know, forward jimping or anything like that, but you do have a comfortable grip that's going to get you up there really well. You've got the sharpening choil, which takes the edge far enough away from that plunge where it's not obtrusive, and you can get a good even bevel all the way across. I'm going to have to upgrade the edge geometry on this bad boy just a little bit. Not that there's anything wrong with it cutting-wise, but just, you know, having such a beautiful knife in a 20 CV package, and it's already got that nice, tall, flat grind. I want to put a nice, slicey, maybe 17, 18 degree bevel on each side to just really kick up its cutting game. Again, I mean, for a nice compact handle, I mean, it is nice and slim. It's not very wide. Well, it's just a hair under an inch wide. It's nice and compact. This is one of those basketball shorts knife. You could put it in a pair of basketball shorts. It's not going to weigh them down, drop them to your ankles. It's going to hold and conceal comfortably in pockets that aren't very deep. It's going to ride about that tall. So it's going to ride in pockets that aren't very deep without really sacrificing a lot of blade. Check this out. If we grab, say, a 0550, if you're familiar with the blades of yore, I mean, you can see you've got just that same amount of cutting edge, technically just maybe a smidge more. The tip points out just a little bit further, but it's got less belly. And then against the 5.62, you know, getting them choil to choil there. You know, the 5.62's got it by a smidge. This is a 3.5, 3.4 inch blade. But I mean, you've got it compacted into the handle to the point where you're shorter, you're less wide overall. Even the flipper tabs, when we line up the edges, it's like they cut half that flipper tab off, and it's still very comfortably functional. So all in all, you've got a really nice package. Another home run for those Sinkevich fans like myself. Not a whole lot of downsides on this bad boy, in my personal opinion. The price, you know, it's up there, that $240 price range, but you get some quality materials with that Kershaw Kai warranty to back it up, in my opinion. That's pretty good. Yeah, so that's all we got for you on the turntable for you guys this week. Thanks for stopping by. Like and subscribe. Peace.